either having to run away because you're super low, or just dying yourself. Even if you win the duel, you're dead, and then it doesn't matter.
Right. Well, looks like it is going to be the Razor mid then. Like, there was in no way, shape, or form that they would be running deep to not be Razor mid. It has to be Razor mid 100%.
Yeah, it's. But I don't actually even know if Razor's that good against DP, because you still have the nukes to get your last hit, so it's not like getting your damage sucked means that you can't CS. It makes it harder to CS, but it doesn't make it impossible. And you're actually not even that slow on DP. You got 312 against the Razor's 289, so the damage is, the suck isn't even going to be full duration.
Yeah. Bryle, like, completely unfazed for that first wave, too. Yeah, he was just like, alright, whatever. I don't use my damage, especially at level 1, because the whole point of level 1 is to get to level 2 to get that Spirit Siphon so he can actually be aggressive.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was literally unfazed by the siphoning of his damage.
Yeah.
It's still... I thought he was going to get that deny.
I mean, it's
33
damage.
damage.
I wouldn't be surprised. This guy's nuts. Guy plays a lot of DP.
So, yeah, so we know how mid lane's basically going to go. And now we're looking at top, where this Legion commander already is just immensely being punished here. Like, it's not a game for Death Prophet, or Death Prophet. It's not. Did I say Death Prophet first as well?
He did.
Legion commander. Sorry, I was like stuck on the whole Death Prophet midding against possibly Legion thing. But yeah, this is not a Legion commander game.
Yeah, that ain't it, Chief. And
oh my god.
The thing is that Legion can purge off her own sticky napalm stacks, but I'm really worried about Hector, man. I'm like 100% convinced that First Blood is going to be Hector just getting run down by Farev and Fear. That is just so tough. And down bottom, right, the exact same thing that happened last game is happening again. It was just farming under tower, got his Glove of Haste already, and March is just like, okay, I'm just going to harass the offlane as I can, just try not to die. Jano's going to get his level 3, there's not much I can do about it, but Moose free farming, so what do I care?
Yeah, it's not like Lifestealer has a hard time farming a lane with Feast and all. In fact, I love it when people do this, actually, where they reserve the point, because, like, they know they just need one specific thing.
Yeah, just hold on to it, get your points in Feast so that you can farm safely under tower, and then when you need, Rage, or if you need Open Wounds, you can skill it. Just go.
Yeah, the most common the most common hold my spec is usually you see it with like Wraith King holding his level 6.
Yeah.
Until like the very last second.
Yeah.
Actually, even then sometimes you're just like, you don't even go for it anyway.
I've seen a bunch of pros talk about Wraith King level 6 and just be like, there's actually not even a point to really get it, because everyone assumes you're saving it anyway, so just don't bother with it.
Right. Well, there was possibly a kill up in top, but luckily Fear is quick on his fingers to see the Nightmare going out there.
Yeah, Fear God, man. Like, honestly, this guy is, like, you want to talk about NA legends? This guy's been around forever, has played every position you can imagine. And
that's true, actually. He has. Forgot about that. Interesting.
Tri-lane.
Well, I'm okay with the tri-lane. I was just looking at the fact that Ifrit purged himself with only 2 stacks on him when Hector had, like, no HP and 3 stacks on him.
Sometimes you just gotta be the carry. Purge yourself.
Sometimes you have to assert your dominance and make sure people know that you're the one.
Yeah. Mid lane, though, checking back in, it actually looks like Razor's having a really good time in this lane. 22 and 11 to the 13 and 3, so Bryle is actually struggling to get that CS. And actually, speaking of holding skill points, Razor has held 2 of his. Not sure where he wants to go with it yet. He has the 2 points in static link, but other than that, hasn't done anything too crazy just yet.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to Maybe he's trying to figure out if he does, yeah, 1-3-1 or, well, it looks like it might be 1-3-1 now. Well, no, he's still holding on to that 5. I don't think he'd go for another spec and unstable, so. 5-minute bounty rune's up in 10 seconds, and this is, in my opinion, where we will likely see the first blood.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, man. Alright, Hector's getting run down. He has 4 stick charges, but shrines are up, so he's gonna be fine.
Alright, no first blood. I lied. Walking into fire for. Heck, I mean, this is actually a pay to lose immortal on Bat Rider.
The one that clearly shows exactly where the Firefly is.
Yeah. Like, yeah, in comparison to the old Firefly, that is. Alright.
Yeah.
Dr. Wyvern. This looks like it's it.
Wow,
I could be wrong again, but...
Hector. Actually, Hector gets the first blood! Look at that prediction on its head.
Every time Bane gets the first blood, it always sounds so metallic.
Sorry, I just had to die for a quick second there.
That's fine. Dying is pretty normal.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing in everyone's day-to-day life.
Especially in Canada. Speaking of dying, for Rev, top lane maybe.
That bad in Canada right now, is it? Oh wait, no wait, right, it is. Actually, I forgot. Never mind. Never mind, I forgot. I forgot half the continent, half the world is on fire over there still.
Yeah.
While going on Moo down in the bot lane, Jono really wants to get this kill on him, and Lifestealer v Lifestealer here. Now the rage goes out. That's the safe spec going in. It's actually level 6, so no man, he already infested anyway. Yeah.
Jano's just gonna TP out. Moo's gonna go shrine.
I'll leave you alone for this day.
Yeah. Well, the lanes are definitely looking better for Xolotl, though. Like, the Moo isn't completely free farming. Jano's adjusted his playstyle, so he's playing a bit more aggressive, and he's gone back for the Helmet Dom that we were talking about last game as well. Got it. Once he gets the courier, he will have it. And that will allow him to play a lot more up in Moo's face, so he's not going to get that very early Midas timing. Remember, last game, at this point, he was like 1,000 gold towards his Midas. Just finishing his phase boots right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a very different game in this scenario. Although, like, how much gold? Yeah, so he's got a lot of gold to go to get that Midas. It's obvious he's still going for it, too, since he has the Gloves of Haste.
Yeah.
Back up in top. Ifrit might be in a bit of trouble here. He's got everything on him, and he is 100% dead, though. They set up for a kill on March here with the Nightmare, and don't think he's getting out of that one.
Run down. He keeps turning to check those stickies, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, he lost all that damage, and 112. Yeah, that'll kill him, no problem. Ooh.
Legion's gonna TP into mid to make sure that Braille can't just pop the exorcism. Good.
Which now he's rotating to the top lane, most likely to do, as they're understanding this top lane needs pressure. With the illusion runes even side, maybe they'll think this is the real one. I saw a lot of illusion baits yesterday.
Always love a good illusion bait.
Yeah, it was a Bat Rider lasso onto a Weehaw Drow illusion. No, Weehaw Windy. Drow was not in there. Rubik TPing into the mid. Still not level 6, so it's not going to be able to steal any good spells here. Not like there's any good spells to steal immediately, though. What level is this? So it is 2, so he did go... Actually, he's 224.
Yeah, I've been seeing... Most of the time I see Razor, feels like Static Link gets left at 2. Brown's forced to pop the exorcism, though, just to defend the tower. He's not using it to play aggressively, so...
Well, they did, actually. They used it to go get the top tower, and it's just on, like, the last, like, few seconds.
Okay. That makes more sense. Like, you don't really want to pop that just to defend the tower, but now that makes more sense.
So, like you were saying, the Dom's on the darks here. We got the tomato over here off the right side.
Yeah. And they're heavily prioritizing this mid tower because they know that the supports don't have their 6 yet, so it's actually really tough for them to hold this. Exorcism's on cooldown, take this tower. This is a huge, huge tower they're going to be able to take.
Fear going to be in a bit of trouble. We'll find a lift at the last second. The sleep setup going to be on the Winter Wyvern if they want to go with anything off of that, but they'll just let that go. They got Fear, and now they've got Forev in the mid as well, trying to make sure this deny happens. But now the lasso out onto the Razor, purged off immediately.
Unfortunately, brought him closer to the save.
Yeah, up on the hill. Well, now it's 10 minutes in. I'm going to jump to the net worth chart. It's still Moo up at the top, though, at 4.7. No Midas just yet, but he's 100 gold away, so he's not too far behind in comparison to last game. It's like, what, maybe 250 gold average difference?
Yeah, this is where he was about 2 minutes earlier. So he's about 2 minutes behind his timing, which is rough, but it's not the end of the world. And he's still going to get a lot of space now because Darkseer is going to be forced to rotate around, try and play aggressive, try and get these towers. So unless the tower that they're focusing on is this bottom tower, Moo is still going to have a bit of a freer time. And he can just switch up to top lane and play up there instead.
S coming in, takes some damage from Moo, but he's got the Midas now, so he'll just walk into the jungle here and try to quell the right tree and miss the right centaur.
Or he did that on purpose for extra gold.
What?
Sacrifice it. So if you want to get maximum efficiency out of your Midas, it really depends what you want. If you want more gold, you get the small creep. They're gonna get this duel on Orange.
Yeah, this is a free duel. Unless they're just waiting out as much as possible here.
They almost, because of the ion shell.
Yeah, that was like the longest wait ever. But they are gonna then use the exorcism. I almost called it exorcism down onto the mid, so they're at least gonna trade 1 for 1. At least visually, that's what it looks like. Obviously, the bot tower is going to go down, but if they can get to mid to defend it in time, maybe, but that's one dead tower.
Ghosts are spooky.
They're not even ghosts. What are these? Some moths?
I mean, they're definitely ghosts. They're just moth ghosts instead
well,
of
actually, these
ghosts.
are spirits. I love you, Forge. You know I do. Please don't hate me. Please don't go to Moxie like Neff did. To be fair, they asked for him first, so whatever. Actually, I don't know who did, but doesn't really matter. Pango roll going on at the last second. They know there's no spell steal, so not going to be able to get that Pango roll, at least for not another 8 seconds here. Infest out on Forev to try and get out of there as quick as possible. They're going to duel him under the tower with a Winter, though. No ultimate. It's only level 5. He couldn't save him in time. They will lose 2. They might even lose 3. Brio off to the side here, getting absolutely destroyed by this Razor, and now Fear. They will be getting out of that one, but, man, they needed the Winter's Curse there so bad.
Yeah, the levels coming in are much more slowed down for J.Storm than they were last game. Bane is still struggling to get his level 6 as well, but he's going to get it as Razor farms the camp. But on the flip side, March still has another like 3/4 of a level to go get his ult. Doesn't even have a point in the Cold Embrace yet. Doesn't even have boots yet. March is actually just so sad this game. He's just been totally sacked.
He's at 900 net worth with no boots. He has a smoke. He has 2 smokes. That's his boots, basically. Coming in on the bottom there. They do see Moo, and out comes the ultimate immediately, but the Rage will save at least the magic damage, giving him some time, but the only person for immediate rotate is the Death Prophet. Looking for the Infest, maybe, but now the Pango was there on the hill. He'll just get juggled about. Actually, there was no Infest anyway, and now they're looking for Brile. They could get him, actually, here. They land that, silence is good enough, and there's Nightmare as well, so they'll just set it up with the good old Razor Q, and that'll clean them up at the same time.
Yeah.
That's a Feels Batman right there.
Very huge turnaround from game 1 to game 2. 10-1 right now on the kill board. The only person that's died was the one kill we saw on Legion Commander.
Dire's bottom tower.
This is working? I'm afraid to say.
I guess it's a whole different game scenario. which I don't really understand. It's literally the exact same picks. March, now level 6. He's all right. He's getting out of there, but he's not actually getting out of there. The dominated centaur coming back in. There goes the stun, but
look how much damage he's taking.
Yeah, he's just gonna go up to the hill and get out of there. I don't think there's any. Oh, he wasn't even on the hill.
No.
Can you not get on that hill anymore?
You could, but I think he just misclicked and he's trying to TP out best he could.
Well, we are going to see the mobility build for the Bat Rider, though. Level 8 is going to go for the Blink Dagger next with the drums. Might be looking for the, I mean, he's got his Windlace already, so he might be going Yules afterwards.
Yeah, he'll probably go Yules after the Blink, but they just need some way to... This is the difference between the Brewmaster and the Bat Rider, right? It's really tough for them to actually, like, properly take a fight, because they do have that Purge from the Legion Commander, and on top of that, Moo's been really heavily slowed down. They've been prioritizing his game much more. I'm not just letting him play that farm simulator. And even Death Prophet, the fact that she was up against the Razor as opposed to, I don't remember who she played, it was the Drow last game, right? So Drow not able to really put any pressure, just trying to kind of trade a farm. Just let Bryle kind of run away with the lane. And the levels have been really slowed down because of this. Keep going back to the levels, but it really, really matters. Razor already having level 2 ult, Bryle's 2 levels away from his level 3 exorcism. And level 1 exorcism is just kind of bad.
Yeah, it is 100% actually a fraction of the damage, though.
It is literally half. It is.
Yeah,
half
it is. It is actually half because yeah, it's double the spirits.
So a very, very rough time to be J.Storm, but they're not out of this. Right? All they need is a good team fight. They have the ult on the Winter Wyvern now, so she can actually be a hero. It is definitely possible for them to still come back and win this.
Oh, 100%. Lifestealer just really needs to get the Radiance, and then I saw this yesterday. Lifestealer had a very bad game at the start, and then they were able to make a recovery once Lifestealer had Radiance, and just all the farm just came in for him, and then he was able to counter push lanes, take out the Shadow Fiend in that game. Obviously not this game. There's no Shadow Fiend. The big weight item here for them is they just need that. Well, Pango looks pretty dead here, trying to get the roll, but he's gonna go down there. But yeah, I think it's just they're waiting on this Radiance. The Blink Dagger also for the Bat Rider would make a big difference as well. But once that Radiance is up and running, I foresee the game going back into J.Storm's favor. Hopefully. It'll take a little bit of a hard time for their recovery there.
All that Xolotl really needs to do right now is just try and keep the pressure up. Legion's going for this armlet, which I do like. She doesn't really need the Blink Dagger. She's got the Surge, she's got the Pangolier causing chaos. So I think just being able to stay tanky, deal damage in these fights is going to be huge. There's not that much DOT damage, like, other than Exorcism. But if you're trying to armlet toggle through Exorcism, you're probably already having a bad time. So, I like this build, but it is giving Moo a bit of time. We need to be keeping the aggression up and try to take this bottom tower. They need to find March in these trees. That's what they need.
Yeah, because this could be a very... Well, I don't know. What's the kill potential on even getting a good Winter's Ult here? I mean, the best Winter's Ult that could even result in a kill is that they just ult Hector. But, yeah, looks like it's not gonna...
Yeah, I mean, the annoying thing for them is that he's literally just stood in these trees, just split blasting
Splinter.
Like that's all he needs to do, right? Moo's farming, Moo's hitting jungle creeps, Bryle's pushing top lane, Forev and Fear were both kind of poking around mid a little bit. So March is just totally fine, just sitting in these trees, just casting Blink Blast over and over again. There's no Blink Daggers yet on any of them. It does look like Darkseid is going to have his soon on Jano, but nothing on Legion, nothing on Pango. So he can see any initiations coming from very far away. And just cast Killer Blast, push out the waves, get a little bit of XP, get a little bit of farm.
Yeah. Well, we do have the Bat Rider actually having his blink now. He's going to go for the Force Staff afterwards, which is a very common build for the lasso mobility jump. But, yeah, so no Yules. I do like the Force Staff in this scenario, because even if it is like, oh, they can't get out, or they need some sort of like get this person away from Razor scenario here, and that's the Force Staff is good here. Oh, he's got boot.
Also good for popping the Lincoln Sphere. That's eventually going to be coming out from someone, right? Like Lincoln, someone's going to eventually buy Lincolns to deal with this Bat Rider.
Yeah, it might be Bat Rider. Bat Rider. It might be a Razor. Of course, it's Bat Rider. It's a spell. Smoke going out on Xolotl. They've got no vision of the initial part of it, but they're fighting on that rune. They get the Winter's ult and the lift as well, but Pango, mid-ultimate channel though, they are easily getting this Pango. Or are they? They get them, but they lasso down Bat, but it's not going to be enough though. They do have the Purge immediately going out. Buyback from Pango. He wants to get this roll in there, and Bryle needs to get out now. He will be dual, but there's Life Stealer right there. He gets the damage. The Bane ultimate goes through though. They've stolen it. They've returned the channel. Actually, dude, yeah, he already casted it, so he's not getting that one out. Moo gonna be in a bit of trouble. They will lose Fear at the same time, though. Nope, they're gonna go turn on to March. This poor soul up at the sideline here. He has no TP scroll. His objective is to get to the shop, but he is stuck.
Oh my God, March, just live.
He's just like, kill me now, just do it. So they got the dual win. Obviously, that doesn't really mean much on a Death Prophet, but they got the dual win, but they lost 3 there. Yeah,
they did buy back on the Pangolier though, so it wasn't 2 for 3 trade. It wasn't like a super bad fight. The big thing that was unfortunate there was that Moo was like just a little bit short of his Radiance. Like he wanted to be there with his team to secure the runes, but it meant that he didn't have his Radiance just yet, and that meant they were lacking a lot of their damage. He does have it now, so the next fight's going to be a bit better for them, but they have to wait till Exorcism. They have to wait till well, I was going to say Lasso, but Lasso's almost up. It's mostly Exorcism. They need to play around that. But
BKB, by the way, will be the next thing up for Bryle. But yeah, it's J.Storm's at the point where they're going to have to wait on their ultimates, and not that Death Prophet had a bad one, but she does.
I was about to say it's a great taunt.
What are you on about?
She like does a little dance. She bounces around one of her orbs. It's great.
No. Just, I don't know. Are you one of those people that says the Clink stance is good then?
The music is good. The dance itself isn't that good. The music that you play the Clink sword is good.
Got it. Anyway, it looks like J.Storm doing an aggressive smoke going in from the top jungle. It looks like it's just going to be a warding attempt. The Courier coming in for Xolotl. They have their own smoke, not going to be scouted out by anything at all. So
yeah,
they're going to rotate in from the side.
Greaves are up on the Pangolier.
Borev could be in the spot to break the smoke here. He does break it out on Pika, and Pika's like, who did that? Silence goes out for the immediate dual return out to the Winter Wyvern, actually. So we'll save for the time being. The Lasso trying to buy some time as well. The wall is stolen, but it's not going to do much. They do manage to get the Winter's Curse down at the last second. Moo off to the backside here trying to fight, but he's got no damage to do it with. Now they're looking for the kill on March. They get that one easy peasy. Yano may be the only one that's going to be traded off here, and they will lose that. And there's the wall. I love this. This is a double wall. It's actually the exact same length of the other one. Hector trying to get the kill on Moo here, at least with the sleep, but not going to find that either. Damage sap going out on from S.
He's trying to fight into the static lane.
It's really hard here. He's trying real hard. He's taking the damage back, but it's not going to be enough. They get the Lifestealer Infest. It's not going to do enough damage. They want to keep going, though. They've got the slow, and they have... Yeah, no, they're just going to disengage from that one. They're okay with the trades that they got, despite them not really being the best, but Xolotl will still come out on top of that with the 200 gold bonus.
The main thing there was that the Razor got off the almost a full duration static link onto Lifestealer, and then the Grip came out onto Death Prophet, and the wall separated the rest of J.Storm. Those 2 cores kind of playing in over on this side, and then the entire rest of J.Storm playing in this corner of the map up here. And it just meant that like Moo was desperately trying to kill the Bane who was gripping his Death Prophet, but just didn't have the damage because he got sapped by Razor, and not having Exorcism in that fight meant they just got to run away with a lot of the Xolotl heroes.
are scanning.
Yeah, that was definitely unfortunate for J.Storm on that scenario, but alas, you can take what you can get at this point in the game because they know they're behind, but not too much further behind at this point, as it is a staggering 2 to 3k difference. Actually, it's still going down. Never mind. Don't look at the chart. Don't look at the win probability. You looked at it, didn't you?
No.
Okay, good.
I believed you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Goodness.
March.
Just going in there. He's got the duel available and the lasso to follow, but out goes the offensive wall. Ryle coming in as well. March isn't definitely going down here, but they're going to find the return kill out onto Ifrit, who looks like he's just letting it happen. Hector's ultimate will be stolen there. They are going to get that bait.
Oh,
that
no.
illusion.
He's grip on the illusion.
Hector, though, is still going to end up going down in this scenario. Fears like that. I can't believe I just let that happen. Oh, they still lose the tower. It's denied. Okay.
Yeah, the big thing there is that they forced DP ults and a buyback from March on Radiant side of the map. So now there's no objectives you can take. Roche isn't even an option because exorcism's not cooldown. They could. I mean, it looks like they maybe want to try Roche because they have a medallion. But
well, it looks like they were trying initially to go for Pango, but rolling on out of there, he's not going to be part of that one.
Yeah, I don't think
so.
I don't think
no Roche. Yeah, there's no Roche. Like, I think if they really wanted to try for Roche in the sense that like it needs to happen, they'd have to have a Solar Crest. Like, either they need Death DP ult or they need Solar Crest. So then, like, Moo can actually deal damage to the Roshan. Because what, this is still first Roshan, so he's at least at like, yeah, almost 30 armor. He's basically almost, he's got 30 armor. That's a big beefy boy. Still waiting for like Roshan to be a adult Roshan.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm sure we'll get Gambler before there's a Roshan based.
Listen here, get out of here with your newer crap. Right? And the only reason I know who that is because every time I play with a Han caster, they're like, "Remember, when are we gonna get Gambler?" It's like, shut up, we're not gonna get your stupid hero from a different game.
Oh man. I mean, Han's out of contract now, so. Or wait, not Han. No. I can't remember. Doesn't matter though. They are gonna look for a Winter's Curse ultimate there, out onto the Razor. It's pretty good, but
doesn't hit
no heroes around
though.
So
the Pango, though.
They do manage to get the nice Fiend's Grip on Pango. They do steal the wall as well, so secondary wall goes down underneath the same area of the team fight. They will find March actually finds S though. They get the Batrider lasso out onto Bane immediately. Moo's still clicking. He's okay.
TPing away.
He's out of there, I guess. He doesn't want any of this. Ryle gonna start. Yeah, everyone's TPing here. Oh my goodness, he's almost dead, just barely. Fear, though, will be the only one exchanged out of this TP out scenario here. What happened there?
That feels fine. Honestly, that feels like... I feel like J.Storm kind of made out okay there. So they used Fiend's Grip and Wall right off the bat, like as soon as they got them, and they were still losing heroes, right? They lost March, they didn't get anybody with the Winter's Curse. So I think they were just thinking, we can just reset here, right? Wait for our supports to be back up, wait for everything. We don't have Lasso, we don't have Exorcism. Like, they had it, but it was just coming up at the end of that fight.
Sorry, I was just looking at Forev where he got brought down by the vacuum, and then he has boots to travel, so he just traveled back out.
Yeah.
I do see what's happening down here in bottom, but Pika... Oh, never mind. Well, never mind again.
Yeah.
You can say he was silenced, and then he got Greaves. OP item. Not really. It really isn't, actually.
It's pretty up there. It's a pretty good item right now.
Well, yeah, but it's a 5,000 item. Like, it's a reason why it's that good. I guess it's like getting a Lotus, though.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Okay, well.
Alright, so Forev and Moo are going to look for some murders, but nobody is here to be murdered, so... Just cut waves. I am amazed that nobody has taken Roche yet. Like, hasn't even looked at Roche.
I think it's just the scenario that, like, even if they were to go and try for Roshan, either of the team would know, because there's just nobody on the map, and a lot of heroes, or a lot of the heroes in this game for both J.Storm and Xolotl are heroes that should be on the map at all times in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. And not only that, but both teams have really good fighting around the pit. Right? You have Pango, you have Darkseer Wall, you have Razor just with Static Storm, or Static Link, Eye of the Storm, and then on the flip side, you've got Ghosts and you've got Winter's Curse.
Infest, Bomb, Lassos, yeah.
I guess it makes sense, but it is just kind of surprising that nobody's even tried.
I don't know for sure if the smoke was spotted or not, because there was... No, there's no ward there, so... I thought at first there was a dire ward floating around, but it looks like Scan goes out onto the Roshan pit, but he's in the pit. So are we going to see a counter smoke by Xolotl here? Do we have any on anyone? No, there's no smokes. At least not immediately. Might be one on the courier. There is not. So, right? There were no smokes. Infest Bomb, they're going to clean up the cannon. That was going to scout the Roshan. Rosh now at 28 armor.
He's getting up there.
Gonna be a bigger boy soon. Rosh has a cap though, right?
No, he scales infinitely.
Oh.
If you have like an 8-hour game, you will have like 600 armor or something crazy like that. Like I don't remember what the numbers are, but
oh no! Just barely makes it out of there. They did get the Pango roll off of that, but you know that's like 60 seconds, so
yeah, it's gonna be
not even that much problem.
They are gonna use this to take the Roach though.
Yeah, I think that's a good enough reason to do so. They don't have Pango roll, and they know they're all bottom, so it should be an easy Roshan. Razor's even gonna TP to the mid. Do they plan to go for a counter smoke roll here?
I don't think you can.
Yeah, there's no time. They dedicated TP, so no chance.
You know what? You know what really helps them take that Roche? That bonus 18 damage on Bryle.
No, it didn't.
Hey man, that's 18 damage that adds up. You know, it takes it just a little bit faster. That extra few seconds could have been the difference for Xolotl being there in time.
Sure, every cent counts. Is that what you want me to say? Every cent counts. I'm gonna go to the top of the net worth. Moo's gonna be building a Lincoln Sphere next against the immense amount of single target that he's getting hit by, and even if it's not gonna be hit on by, like, you know, he'll be jumped by some single target thing, he can still throw it on another team, on other players, so they can't get dueled or jumped with the Razor, so on and so forth. So I like that. I like that a lot. What do we have next? Razor. He's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter. So they're looking for some more push potential here by getting this bad boy online. Well, I mean, it's also really good overall, but, you know, being able to hit the buildings with something that reduces their armor is pretty nice.
Does it actually reduce time around buildings too? I thought it only just did the damage. I'm fairly confident that it only reduced, or it only...
It might do then, I don't know. I haven't seen an Ags Razor in a long time, but we'll see it in this game, and we'll see if that's the case. That would make sense that it doesn't do it on the buildings, though.
Yeah, because it just strikes too quickly, right? Armor reduction, like, you would just have, like, insane amounts of minus armor. I'm pretty sure it's just the damage, which is still very good, right? Like, 70 extra damage for every half second is still really good on buildings, but I'm fairly confident that you don't get the...
Weird, he's going for Aghanim Scepter, but he doesn't go for the strike interval of 20. The 10 armor is actually fantastic in a game with Lifestealer, but like... Oh yeah, DP, true. Okay. Yeah, I keep on forgetting that's physical and not pure.
Yeah. Oh my god, pure damage Ghost. Don't you dare skip it. That is terrifying to think about.
Hector, gonna start TPing up. They're gonna use up the lasso just so they can get this kill indefinitely here. So I think Hector's okay with that though. He's up in 45 seconds. He didn't use his ultimate and lasso's down for 70.
Yeah. They really didn't want to use Winter's Curse there. That's the big one. So it's about the same cooldown, but it's a lot more utility in a team fight. You would rather just use the... Oh He's gonna have a spot.
Yeah, he might be in a bit of trouble here. Haste Rune activated. They're not gonna. Oh, they just barely find the silence, but the purge, the lift up in the air as well. I don't think there's gonna be enough here. He's gonna start the roll again, but yeah, they will get him actually. They're looking for more. They can't find that Legion commander. Make a big old circle on where they could be though. But, yeah, they're not gonna be able to find that LC. What are we going for next? BKB and Assault Cuirass.
Gonna be a nullifier soon on Moo though. I'd say soon, about 1,800 gold, assuming he doesn't save buyback. But
yeah, that's true.
He is working on it.
I imagine he's at this point going to save for buyback since the Aegis slot's still a very like viable thing when even if it comes to like a little bit later from now.
Yeah. It might not though. Like he might just say. As long as we're taking, it depends on how confident you're feeling, right? Like if you're saying, oh, we're just going to be taking fights on their side of the map, so it doesn't really matter. You could argue that sacking buyback for a nullifier is okay.
Winter Old going to go out on the Darkseer down in the mid lane because they were trying to. He was trying to stoke the creeps. He's just going to get burnt up quite a bit. The silence will follow as well. They will steal the Ion Shell, which, as we talked about in the previous game, really good. So.
Yeah, and that's honestly, he doesn't have, speaking of buyback, he doesn't have buyback, and even though they might not know he doesn't have buyback, the fact that they're going to try and force it here is really huge. They can definitely take this tower. Do they have ghosts? They have ghosts. They can take.
Yeah, they can take it if they want it real bad. How much do we have on this Aegis anyway? Oh, it's gonna expire soon too, so maybe not because of that reason.
It's got 30 seconds.
He's trying. He really wants them to fight, and he really wants to force something out. So they're not using the DP ult just in case, though.
Yeah, but Legion is split pushing bottom a little bit.
I think they're just gonna get the tower and run. Yeah, they're just gonna get and ditch. The Legion already started casting TP as well, so there's no chance for any counter engagement in the bot here. Although Pango, oh no, he rolled in there. They have to time the silence well, but the lift as well. That's that. Yeah, the Aegis did go down, but they got Pango again. They might be looking to get Hector. They will purge off the slow for the time being, and they'll just disengage from that one. But Gem on the ground.
Oh wow, was that his Gem?
I think so. I don't remember seeing a Gem before.
It looks like it was.
I can't I wish you could see whose Gem it is while it's on the ground there. Let's see.
So yeah, that's Xolotl's Gem. That's really annoying because I mean they don't have any invis, but the ward control is going to be huge now. You have this flying
D-ward, and then yeah, there's two flying methods to try and get D-wards. So yeah, J.Storm definitely benefiting from taking a random gem that Pangolier for some reason jumped into and gave him.
No.
Obviously not on purpose. They had no idea they were there because there's no dire vision there.
Yeah, could have been. It's tough to say, right? Like they take the T3 and they disappear off the map, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna go on a D-warding.
Right. Usually, in my experience, usually I see when I take the tier 3 mid, and that's all I'm gonna do. But my first thought is they're gonna go to one of the two shrines, so I just shouldn't even be anywhere remotely close to that. So that's probably why I was that's why I'm like, why did that just happen?
Yeah, it's interesting though, because I've heard different philosophies from different people. I've heard exactly what you're talking about. Okay, get T3, get Shrine, and then I've heard the opposing, which is we got the T3, let's back, reset, and then look if we can find something. If it seems clear, we can take the Shrine afterwards. Because some people get afraid of fighting around shrines. It's still an objective that people can TP to, has the active until you kill it. So I've seen differing philosophies on that, but unfortunately. J.Storm subscribes to the Let's Murder Shrines, and Pika gets punished for it.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
There's also another argument where it's like, let's go to the Roshan, but since that was already down, obviously that one in the play. Moo is skipping the Nullifier, by the way. He's going to go for the Assault Cuirass now that he is the Ags up. Yeah, now that he sees the Ags on Razor, he goes for the AC. To get some more AoE.
Oh my god,
Pango again. He's gonna be used up by his own. They need to find a. Oh, okay, he's good. He's good. Dropped down to the low ground, slept just in case. damage evasion.
Yules and Greaves used there. He was mashing them buttons.
Just like I don't want to do this again, please.
Yeah, and there is a Lincolns now on Bryle as well. So what they've been doing in the sieges the last couple of times is you just see Moo walk up with the 2 Lincolns on him, one of his own, and then Bryle gets put his, and then just rage up. And there's not really a whole lot they can do.
Well, Moo Radiance. Literally all I could say. Well, I mean, there's a lot of other stuff I could say, but, like, you know, Life Stealer and Radiance is literally just such a game-breaking, annoying thing.
Oh,
Smoke in the
might
mid.
find someone here.
Yeah, Smoke in the mid gets expired. They are going to purge the lasso immediately. Now they're looking for something else. That's a big lag spike. A beautiful Winter's Curse, actually, on the Pango. They dropped the duel out on the Death Prophet, though. And that's a really bad duel because they both had BKB on damage siphon going off, though. Eska's got a lot of damage on Bryle, but they still managed to find Ifrit at the same time. Moo clicking away. It looks like they will lose Bryle and March. In fact, Moo's just there by himself now with Fear up on the high ground with no real spell to be taken here. They do manage to find one. Pika, though, is going to be brought down to low ground. They're looking for more. The Blink Dagger is going to save for the time being. Batrider is going to start TPing in, and he's going to look for this kill on Pika as well. Bringing himself to low ground. He's got TP available if he needs to. They will Yules, so he's got no Yules purge this time around. Oh, he gets him in the middle of the swash, and he's going down. That
Rev, man, what a god.
Seriously.
He's got an Ags, too. Did you notice that? He has an Ags on Batrider.
I did not see the Ags, no. That is brand new, in fact.
I don't know if he picked that up before or after that fight, but he has an Ags. And the big thing there is that Legion wants to be kind of positioned near her teammates so that she can purge it off. So if you get the Legion and then the +1, that's, I mean, she's going to be near somebody probably.
Mm-hmm.
The dual lasso potential is actually pretty incredible, and also cheeky little pseudo wombo combo in the fact that it sets up for a small Winter's Curse. Right, that's at least 2 heroes that are going to be beside each other, and if that's like Razor beside Bane, Winter's Curse to Bane, he's dead.
Well, this game has certainly taken an exciting turn, because remember at one point in time where the net worth was, oh, actually, it wasn't even close to 5,000 over in the bottle, but, you know, what is this, about 10 minutes later, the game is heavily into J.Storm's favor again. They're looking for this Roshan. This will be most likely the take mid, top, or bot Rax Roshan as well. And there's nothing Xolotl can really do to contest this here. They know what's happening, too. They're all grouping up. Want to do something about this.
They got it. I think they have to take this fight. Like, it's happening slow enough.
Yeah, they dropped the scan too. They know they're in there. Roche at half HP. They're going in.
This is the best. This is the best fight they're gonna got. It's a lot of Pika's in. Blink Dagger out.
Oh shit! But Pika's still going here, and there goes the beautiful Winter's Curse, and this could be the setup for the double lasso, and there it is. It is the double lasso. They can only purge one, and it's not going to be enough. The Nullifier still actually built up out from Moo, so it will get the kill out on the Pangolier. Swapped in for the Midas slot. There will be Yules on the Darkseer. He doesn't have... Okay, well, he's dead 100% there. Surge actually stole, and this could allow them to push down the... Oh, they're just going to finish up this Roshan. That's obviously the best play.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Pika, he like tried to get that team fight started, but either good board vision or good game sense. Looks like maybe a combination of both, as there's that really nice board right here from J.Storm.
That's where I was just looking too. So they saw the beginning of the roll basically coming in from the hillside there, and they just ditched as soon as they saw that.
Yeah, and the fact that he wasted like half of his roll duration just chasing somebody trying to get a connection. I think he only bounced off of like 2 people. Just means that he pops out of it, and Winter's Curse, double lasso. Like you said, they can only purge one, so...
First Lincoln's broken, and Moo's just going to keep on clicking on this middle barracks here, so that's one dead melee Rax, and Lincoln's 2 now broken.
Yeah, but That means that Bryles is up and he's ready to go. Oh, they're gonna put it on Brev actually.
Well, it looks like he was trying to go in for a jump since they have Surge and all.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
Octarine Core and the 15-second CDR for Batrider.
Yeah. 7-second downtime on Firefly.
Dire's top
In fact, isn't there a Firefly talent?
Dire's top barracks.
Yeah, it's the last one. Okay.
So it's actually 100% uptime if you get to level 25 with an Octarine. That's insane.
Yeah, he's very close to it too. And well, there goes the first Lincolns. There's the second one. Oh, well, that one just expired through time. But now they're just gonna start clicking away. They're gonna get the last set of barracks here.
Well, they got bottom still to go through.
So the last set of achievable barracks right now. Looks like Xolotl still trying to get something. Though the Winter's Curse comes through, removing two heroes from this team fight. The lasso bringing them all into one nice, beautiful location for Bryle's ultimate to start cleaning them up. They're getting everything they can here. Hector dropping ultimate. It will slow down everything for the time being, but DP not afraid. Will be healed up immediately. Yano gonna try to surge out of there, but the Nullifier gets thrown out as well. He goes down. Darkseer is gonna buy back. The only hero around right now is Pika in the back lines, but now Yule's out onto Esk. They're looking for something here. Jono they're just jumping out of there. They don't want to risk it here. They're gonna go start down to bottom now. With this remainder of the ult. Actually, there is no ult left here, so he's just going to get the heal jump. But actually, no, they do manage to find the Pangolier. The last extremely quick cooldown. He's one dead. Oh, no, maybe not. It's getting pretty low, though. He's getting clicked down. Yule's up into the air. They do manage to still kill the tower in the bot lane. Pika with max move speed getting out of there. He is one safe boy. Fear, no HP, is going to get clicked on by Pika with the Swashbuckle. They have Glimmer Cape available. Esk with no damage. And
how are these supports not dying?
I don't know. They've got so much armor, and now they're going down to bottom because they understand what's going on here. Forev comes in, Yules is up the Pango. Now they're trying to go for Death Prophet as much as they can, but she's got so much armor, so much HP. And not to mention, she's got Solar Crest. The second Winter Wyvern ult goes down. It's not even the second one. It's back up. And they're going to get the double lasso as well. The burn is all there. The BKB coming out by Esk at the last second there. There is a buyback going out by the Winter Wyvern now. They want to get Pika in the back lines. They just want any pick-off of any sort right now. Forev out in the middle of all the heroes now, though. They will have a buyback coming out by the Pangolier and slept up Batrider. They're not done yet,
this story last night. This actually worries me a little bit for J.Storm. I saw the let's finish the game buybacks, and it did not work out very well for the Tigers. But looks like J.Storm is going to be a little bit more patient. They're not gonna throw away that lead.
Yeah, they can't really afford to just go all in ham crazy here. How many buys do we even have? Just the winter buyback, actually. Batrider still has it, but no money. But yeah, glad they're gonna take their time on this one. They have an immense net worth lead as well. They got a lot off of that one engagement. The whole time they were just hitting bottom while the rest of the supports were not dying.
Yeah, the fact that neither Pango or Rubik died there was insane to me. Also, Fear has an axe, so
Pango be in a bit of trouble. The Winter Ult goes out immediately, and not going to change anything here. Second Lincoln's going to be picked up. Winter Wyvern is going to be the primary target here. And not really much they can do since the BKB does go down. The wall goes down, hits the ground as well, doing so much damage to this Bane. He is one dead boy. Batrider Lasso is going to force Legion up to the top of the hill there and slowly burning away, so no Blink Dagger available to get him out of that one. Now they do manage to break the Aegis, but that's just not going to be anything. And in fact, the damage siphon is there off of the Rubik, taking 196 damage off their core. That's one dead Razor. There's only okay. Well, everyone's dead. The only one alive is Pango, who was the whole reason this fight even happened. And they're calling the G.
The Varev literally just like dragged Legion onto that high ground, and he had his 100% uptime on flight, so he's just like, I'm just gonna stand here and just not let you do anything.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I probably should have been watching it, but I couldn't really. I wanted to see the rest of the fight, but yeah, J.Storm moving ahead into the winners match. Or I will be, because I gotta let Forge go. He's got life to do. So Forge, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it, and you know I do. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and we'll be right back with some more NA closed qualifiers. George.